Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Libra Weekly Tarot Bite reading for the week of June 26th through July 2nd. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot reading for soul illumination. So, hi, everyone. My name is Lauren. We are going to be looking at the energy for the week ahead for your sign, Libra, based off of the two main themes that came up in the general collective reading released on Sunday. So we have deep knowing and Two of Cups. Now, that deep knowing on an intuitive level represented to me the deep knowing or awareness of some aspect of our internal self that was or has long been out of balance and needed to really be balanced, especially when we look at this pertaining to the masculine and the feminine energies within, which is how we initiate and how we kind of go forward versus how we receive and how we deal with what's hidden in our experience, especially on an emotional level. And then looking at how, with this deep knowing and this awareness of how we can now shift that balance within, how then does that come out and shift how we intimately and authentically connect with others, especially pertaining to the energy of love. So Libra, we're going to be looking at what deep knowing means for you this week. So we're going to look at what maybe there may be this kind of revelation as to, or deep awareness as to what part of yourself needs to be brought into balance. So let's see here. What does Libra need to know about deep knowing for this week? Okay, so we have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is a card of recognition, of being seen for your work and efforts. It can be a card too of success. Let's see, that was kind of messy. What else do we need to know around this? Okay, so we have quite a few cards that came out here. So we have the Five of Cups, we have the Three of Wands, we have Justice, and then we have the Three of Cups. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay, so there's a deep knowing here, I think, for some of you. This is a whole little story going on here. With the Five of Cups, Three of Wands, and Justice, I get the feeling for some of you there's been a lack of feeling kind of community or support with the Three of Cups coming in, or with the Three of Cups coming in after the Five of Cups. Now the Five of Cups, I get the feeling that there's been in the past a sense of disappointment, a sense of possibly disappointment around what has come in for you, not even just support, but also with the Three of Wands, this is where we can be sitting in a place of waiting for our ships to come in. And there might have been disappointment about either what did come in or disappointment about, again, just the opportunities that were missed based off of something in your emotional sense or emotional experience that wasn't working out. With Justice coming in, it says that there is now a chance for a rebalance there with the Three of Cups coming in after that. The Three of Cups can be a card of celebration. It can be a card of finding your soul tribe. And with the Six of Wands, I think for some of you, there's this feeling of maybe within yourself wanting, a part of yourself wanting to be seen, wanting to be recognized. I get the feeling, Libra, that you've been working hard, and you can be a sign where you work very hard, but because you're constantly wanting to keep the peace and because you see all sides, if you're not getting recognized for that, you're going to be the sign that's not going to be the first one to come out and say, hey, I'm not being recognized. You might think that it's not fair, but you might not actually openly communicate that. And I think for some of you, there's this sense now of really understanding that you need that recognition, that there is that sense of, wanting to be seen by others, wanting to be celebrated by others as well. And, there's nothing wrong with that. But there can be a problem when we maybe are too focused on needing to have that external validation, meaning that we do things, or how we initiate is based on wanting to be seen in a specific way, wanting to have the recognition of kind of the homecoming hero of, wow, look at how much work you're doing. Look at all the work you've put in. And I think maybe that this is where you're realizing why things maybe didn't work out in the past, and how now you can connect differently with a support group or others that want to come in to support and celebrate with you, because there's been an imbalance, because you've been kind of going back and forth between, where you didn't get recognized. And then you're looking at, but I need that emotional support. And it's like, well, have you been too focused on, again, getting recognized for the hard work? This can be where we get into that a little bit of the martyr syndrome of like, we put our head down and we just work and we work and we work. And the one thing about the Five of Cups is that we forget that there's there's 3 cups spilled here, which can represent, again, communities, relationships, friendships that didn't work out. But there's always the Two of Cups upright behind him. And that's speaking to saying there's always help around you. There's always support. There's always someone who wants to be there for you. But often we can actually ignore that person or ignore that intimate connection that wants to come in because we're so focused on what's not working. This would be like focusing on the job, being disappointed with your job because you have one person at the top who is not willing to give you the kudos, who is constantly, puts more and more work on you. But instead of saying, hey, I'm going to go someone else in my place of work and I'm going to ask them, I'm going to connect with them and say, I really need to have someone take a second look at my work ethic, or what I'm doing. And I need help. I need to connect with someone else. And that might then bring in a new opportunity, right? Of someone saying, you know what? I know you've been having a difficult time with that, with your manager. But yes, you are doing a good job. And you know what? You're right. It's not okay that you have a bigger workload than everybody else in the office. Like, let's see what we can do to bring balance to that. And then suddenly you might find a whole nother support group off to the side that you didn't even realize when you were just so focused on what wasn't working between you and your manager. So there's something here around that. But I do get the feeling, Libra, that there's a little bit of this internal knowing about how your sense of needing or wanting recognition in some aspect of your experience where you felt like you've been a martyr, where you've been waiting for somebody to come in and say, oh my gosh, thanks for putting in that work, has been affecting your ability to intimately connect with others or to have that kind of soul tribe feeling of just that support, that celebration. Okay. Let's see what the Two of Cups means for you. And the Two of Cups, again, is a representation of equal partnership, of intimate connection, where we get to vulnerably and authentically show ourselves to another and they to us. And we have the Ace of Cups and the Empress. Beautiful. This is a reconnection in love. And a reconnection coming from a place of abundance. The Empress can be a card of your own creative potential. It can be a card of what you're holding space for more of in your life. It can also be, for some of you who want to become a parent, it's holding space to become a parent. But I do feel for many of you, there's more with the Ace of Cups and the Empress. There's this feeling of reconnecting to your heart space, reconnecting to just love in general. And realizing that you need to just start connecting from that place of what you are here to create, what you are here to bring into being, with the with the Empress and the number 3 coming through. It's an energy of creativity. It's the energy of greeting life with the innocence of a child, but also with again, your own creative potential going out into the world. Yeah, I think for many of you, you've maybe felt that your creative potential has been stifled. You maybe, again, were going into things with the wrong reason or sticking to things for the wrong reason, meaning staying in a job with the hope that someday you'd be seen and recognized, and in reality, you were cutting yourself off from a support group because you weren't walking away from an unsupportive work environment. Or this, this could even be where you were like, I'm going to work 60 hours a week. I'm going to do the overtime. And it would be like, okay, well then your coworkers are like, hey, you want to come out and, go to happy hour with us? And you're like, nope, I'm going to get the attention of my boss. And it's like, well, wait a second. Like, so you're going to not connect with others yet you're lamenting that you don't have support and that something was disappointing, but you're also not allowing yourself to go out and connect intimately and authentically because you're trying so hard to have someone else tell you good job, kudos. And that can be hard to hear. I mean, I have Libra at my moon placement, so you better believe I've dealt with this dynamic in myself for sure. And here's the Ace of Cups and the Empress. This is saying just go out instead of looking for others to say good job or job well done. I mean, granted, we all need a pat on the back sometime, but this is about really just opening yourself up to expressing from a place of just pure love. There's a selfless quality to the Empress and the Ace of Cups that's coming through here. Selfless in that when we think of the Empress and pertaining to giving birth to something, there is a very selfless quality about that process, pregnancy with a woman, and that she is giving of her body and her time and her energy to hold space for the child to come. And there's that's all coming from a place of love, right? And so there's something here around that where it's just saying, go out there and start to create from love what you want to see more of in your experience instead of waiting for somebody to tell you it's okay to do it this way or sacrificing intimate connection for the sake of recognition. At the bottom of the deck, we have Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this is the card of we build it stronger together. I love that. There's a sense of maybe getting on track, even possibly this week, with really seeing what you want to build and how can you start to bring others into that, or the piece that you fill in that future vision for yourself in the physical. Okay, now I'm going to pull a relationship card here to end the reading, even though your readings run a little long, just to get a final message here, since the collective reading focused so heavily on love and relationships. So what does Libra need to know around the energy of love and relationships? Whoa, okay. We have, soulmate. Interesting, because that landed right on the Two of Cups and the Empress, and it says, yes, this is your soulmate. So, I don't know. Very interesting, Libra. There may be someone that you are connecting with on a certain level. There may be someone even coming into your experience with the Three of Pentacles that might be giving you a new idea as to what you want to build towards. And the person you connect with as you start to connect from this place of the Empress. Now, the Empress is your energy, Libra. It actually harnesses the energy of Libra and Taurus. It is the energy of the divine feminine. And there may be something here around that there may be a divine feminine coming into your life. When we think of soulmates, it doesn't always have to specifically pertain to love and romantic partnerships. Soulmate can be someone who is coming in to help you build something, to help whatever you're holding space for, whatever is going to unlock your creativity or your creative potential. This person could be that person to help you do that. So keep that in mind. If you've been kind of questioning whether someone is your soulmate, well, here's confirmation for those of you, depending on where you are in your love or dating life, or just in general with someone who is coming in maybe as a new partnership. And this is saying, yes, this person is your soulmate. If this person helps make you feel like that creative potential can be unlocked, then yes, whoever is coming in to support you on that level is a soulmate. Beautiful energy. All right, I'll leave it there, Libra. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website. Otherwise, I will be releasing July's full tarot scope readings for each sign starting at the end of this week if you'd like to check those out. Otherwise, I will see you all next week for next week's weekly tarot bite reading. Bye, Libra.